Let's explore just one aspect of the gun control debate. Let's focus specifically on banning AR-15 type rifles. I hear a lot of, we don't want to ban all firearms, just some firearms. Okay, everyone's heard that on TV and from most of their friends, and it's espoused by the media as a reasonable limit to gun ownership. Now, I believe my friends and their good hearts when they say they don't want to ban all firearms. I do not, however, believe the media or their paid talking head panel anti-gun activists when they claim it. Let's explore this argument and reduce it a few steps closer to zero. Let's just say we ban the AR-15 and any firearm that resembles it. Make any qualifying list you want. Large capacity, detachable magazines, flash suppressors, pistol grips. Let's be generous here. Make it whatever you feel is reasonable and warranted. And then we have the Constitutional Convention, and the majority of people and the states vote to change the Constitution too. We're exploring today, so change it to whatever lets the government ban these firearms, but not every firearm. We go ahead and we have our Civil War that such changes promise. Now, I don't believe it will be as big and nasty as our primary Civil War was, because it will mainly pit the cities against rural Americans. Several 100,000 people are killed and or jailed, but the AR-15 and the like are banned, and then successfully confiscated. And just like that, no more AR-15s, AK-47s, Uzis, etc., etc., etc. Then, the next school mass shooting inevitably happens. What are the next words out of your mouth? The ban the AR-15 words were so easy, tasty and moist, so reasonable when spoken with such passion. Really, what's next? Will everyone be satisfied with school shootings as long as no firearms on the banned list are used? Do we then accept a certain level of gun violence? Or do we pick apart the next favorite class of firearm used in the next mass shooting and work to ban that too? Do you believe in the slippery slope concept or the grand compromise? I believe gun control is a slippery slope. Don't submit to the slippery slope concept. Just look at the issue of abortion. Do you really believe that anti-abortion activists will be happy with anything short of a total ban? They equate it to murder after all. But I digress. Will the slippery slope of gun control require yet another constitutional convention? Or did the activists do enough damage to the Constitution the first time around that we don't require the majority of Americans for the next round of limits or bans? At this point, are my good-hearted, honest friends still in control of the debate that they have for years given credence to? Are the acceptable firearms that I know they own still going to be considered acceptable? When will my good-hearted, reasonable friends breathlessly be deemed extremists by the trash talkers on TV news? Will they then be strong enough to stand up to the anti-gun, paid talking head media propaganda panels and their moral blackmail tactics? Or will they go quietly into the night, lock, stock, and barrel, agreeing with ever-enlarging reasonable demands to save the children? We must all understand one thing. The total ban activists are real. They are on TV right now, leading heartbroken children around, landing devastating blows against your good nature. They are not your allies. These leaders do not like you, and they will come after you with the same ferocity they go after me. Michael Bloomberg and his Every Town for Gun Safety is not about gun safety. They are about the outright banning of all firearms. Let's at least be honest in this debate. If you want to ban the AR-15 and all like it, you are essentially and eventually for the total ban of all firearms, because any firearm can and will eventually be used for school mass shootings.